But there is political pressure on the government to act on the back of the CAG report and look at the allocation of some of these mines. The BJP is upping the ante and industry is pretty worried. What's the way out of this entire controversy? Joining us is Mr. Adi Godrej, President of CII and Chairman of the Godrej Group. Mr. Godrej, thanks for joining us on Business Tonight. First up, the BJP wants all coal block allotments made by UPA to be scrapped. They believe that corporates are also to be blamed because power companies are hand in glove and use their proximity to the government to win coal blocks. How do you react to these allegations?
I don't want to comment on anything until an inquiry is conducted. Then we will know what has happened. But clearly these are blocks that have been allocated to industry, and there's no question of cancelling them.
You're saying there's no question of cancelling this, but really speaking, we don't know the real answer from the government just yet. What is the impact on the business sentiment because of the goings-on of the last 2 weeks?
Yes, business sentiment is definitely negative. As it is, we have a power shortage. We have a shortage of coal. And if action is taken on such matters without proper legal process, due process, I think it will lead to further problems both in terms of sentiment and business. Power shortages will rise. Now, there is some argument that these people have not mined the coal in time, but we know that there are serious difficulties in allocation of land, serious difficulties in environmental clearances. So people's projects have been delayed beyond expectation.
Mr. Godrej, what could be the fallout of contracts getting scrapped, like we saw in the case of 2G spectrum allotments? Could we be staring at a lot of litigation as well?
I hope not, because I hope that it won't end up in cancelling any contract. If contracts are cancelled, then certainly there will be legal redress.
Okay, legal routes could be explored, but Mr. Godrej, at the end of the day, everyone wants a more transparent system of functioning. What is the way out of this mess? As CII President, what are you hearing from your colleagues?
Yes, I think we should have a very transparent and fair policy and allocation of resources. Once these policies are formed, it should be open to everyone. It should be a fair process, and there should not be any process which is not done transparently and in a fair manner. So I think we must learn from these experiences and make sure that all natural resources are allocated in a very transparent and fair manner.
I get that point. All natural resources should be allocated transparently. But at the heart of this whole debate is that CAG report, which has pegged the loss to exchequer at 1.86 lakh crores. The government is rubbish that. What is your view? What is the CII's view on that CAG report and that figure of 1.86 lakh crores?
No, I don't want to comment on that figure, because I think expert study must be made on that. And there have been various comments of people, numbers varying very considerably, so I don't want to comment on that. I think in due course we'll come to know. And in any case, there is no such thing as loss of revenue. If it is done in a fair manner, it's a question of what the government policy is and how it has been implemented. So I think this is something that should be studied, and a final conclusion should be arrived at as to how in the future do we want to allocate natural resources.
I know you're looking at the future and you want transparency, but look at the short term. Not a single breakthrough as far as the political logjam in the centre is concerned. This is not only disappointing, I'm sure it's getting you very worried about the state of the centre and its impact on image of India.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed that Parliament is not operating. I don't think it is right for Parliament not to operate. If there are any discussion, I'm surprised that a lot of discussion is going on in the media, but not in Parliament. So I would imagine that it would be best for the country if Parliament operates normally, parliamentary pending legislations are taken up, and if there are any issues the opposition has, I think it should be raised in Parliament. And if the opposition feels the government or the Prime Minister, etc., should step down, they should raise a motion of no confidence.
Okay, let's get on with business. That's the word coming in there from Adi Godrej. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us with that perspective from CII on Business Tonight. Should focus to another big story.